to discuss what his recent panel on the rule of law in the West Philippine Sea. Sir, your reactions to what you've heard today?
Well, it's a good thing because we are able to discuss with other countries, our colleagues, exchange ideas, and the topic is a good choice because we're talking of the rule of law. That's my favorite. And of course, the rule of law in the South China Sea, you start with the basic. The basic is the UN Charter, which says all disputes between states must be settled by peaceful means only. And of course, China, that's directed at China because China is not following that. And then the other thing is the other basic principle of the UN Charter is that the in the settlement of disputes you cannot use force or threat of force, and China is again violating that provision of the UN Charter.
Sir, what do you think is the significance of holding a dialogue meeting like this in Manila for the first time? Having such significant people talk about the South China Sea and the attention being focused on the Philippines.
Well, it's always good to discuss about this issue with media, with scholars, practitioners, so that uh, we can focus on what are really the the irreconcilable positions. We can then focus on that. Of course, the maritime dispute in the South China Sea between the Philippines and China has been finally settled already by the arbitral award of 2016, legally at least. It's just a matter of China complying with that award. All the nuclear armed states, including China, have lost in arbitration, in arbitration before international tribunals. And it's only China that has not complied with the rulings of these arbitral tribunals. And so, as I was saying earlier, I hope that 5 to 10 years from now, China will finally accept the arbitral award. We can wait that long as they don't give up.
Sir, one thing I've noticed earlier in the panel was Captain Liu, the former PLA Navy captain who was on the panel with you, seems adamant that there are breaches of maritime collision laws and breaches of UNCLOS norms seems to be just merely security operations by the China Coast Guard. Your reactions to that, sir? You kept a very stoic form when he was mentioning that.
Well, from their point of view, they say they were being rammed, but the video that we have shows that they were the one ramming us. They were the ones trying to evict us out of Ayungin Shoal. They're the ones not complying with the arbitral award. They're the ones grabbing maritime zones very far from the coastline of China. I mean, there's no other country in the world that's trying to claim an entire sea. I mean, you cannot claim an entire sea. I mean, those days are gone when Spain and Portugal divided the world. I mean, those we don't talk about those things anymore because in this modern age, we have the UN Charter, we have UNCLOS. We're more civilized than that. We still have this the Chinese saying that they own the South China Sea since 2,000 years ago, but they cannot produce any document. They can only say that their fishermen used to fish, but everybody was fishing. I mean, people from all over the world have been fishing in the South China Sea, and that does mean that when you fish in the ocean, you own the ocean already. It doesn't follow.
And lastly, Justice Carpio, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you, how do you see U.S. and Philippine relations going into the Trump administration? I know President Marcos greeted President Trump for his victory in the recent elections. How do you see the relations and the alliance moving forward?
Well, the American policy on China and on the South China Sea has been been bipartisan. Republicans and Democrats alike share the same position. So I don't see any changes. Maybe a few clarification here and there, but on the whole, I think the American position will remain as is.
Thank you so much, Justice Carpius, for speaking to us, and I hope you have a good day, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
also.